What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
3-bet pots out of position from the small blind.
Hey guys, how you doing? Hello YouTube. My name is Larry, and we're gonna do some work in the solver today. Scotty, are we gonna keep track of the score?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So
You're up for Larry. You got the first.
okay, I'll just tell you guys what we're gonna do, and we'll look at ranges real quick. Just so we can understand the point. So we're always gonna be the three better here. We're always gonna be in the small blind. However, we are going to three bet against two different position opens, button and UTG. And I think it'll alternate. We'll find out. And that's going to result in different play. Now, I don't know if by the end of the 12 and a half hours that we're going to play in the solver, if we're going to be able to understand that. I'm curious if we'll be able to see some differences. Let's, as a group, kind of keep an eye out for heuristics and if there's any differences in how we play against these two different positions that are going to have two different ranges. Let's kind of, let's dive into that a little bit. Let's dive into how these pre-flop ranges are a little different. I haven't really looked at this, frankly, so I don't know what we're going to see. We'll find out. Okay, so let's just blank this out. And okay, UTG opens. We know UTG is going to open about 17% of hands. So if they raise, we choose to three bet. Here's our three betting range. Now this is going to be interesting. Our three bet range against UTG. Oh, it's small blind. Our three bet range against UTG is 7%. So we three bet 7% against UTG. Now let's look at that. So we three bet 7% against UTG. Let's change this to button raises. We have twice as large, more than twice as large a three betting range against button. So these are the kind of differences I'm curious how they manifest post flop, if you will. Now let's just look at his defending range. So let's start with UTG. If UTG raises, or three bet, three betting again, 7%. He's defending half his range essentially that he's going to play. He's got some shows, so ignore that. Oh, I guess they're important. He sometimes shoves king, sometimes king. Excuse me, shoves ace king off. So we'll call that what? 20, about 31% of hands he's defending. With either a four bet or a call. He's maybe the number to focus on is what he folds. He only folds 65% of his range. When we three bet against button, when he's folding 65% of his range, here he's folding about 10% more. And he is shoving a different range, still got ace king off in there. Ace queen off becomes an interesting shove now against our very large betting range. And he is playing four betting or calling about 23%. So that's kind of the ranges we're working with pre. Obviously, it's a lot to take in 22 seconds, but that's what we're working with. We can kind of look at this more as we go on. And I'll take the first one. All right, let's
And I'm going to steal the screen back for just a second.
Sure.
Show one thing. I'm going to replace the current share. There we go. That's me. After he oh, that's in the way. Oh, no, that's not in the way. Good. So these are the two ranges that the difference in the ranges that see the flop now. So just look at the green here and you'll see that even with those differences, the ranges are not super different.
Good point.
So after affecting their range that way, like, there's almost no aces, there's no kings, there's a little ace king offsuit, from the small blind, that this is from the button that's left. But from the low jack, there's no ace king left. He's got ace queen here, but he doesn't have ace queen here. Looking just at the green. And then this region is where they're both dense. King, queen suited, king, jack suited, king 10 suited, queen, jack suited, and then down here. So that's the thing to know. All right.
Maybe the best, yeah, you got a good point. Maybe a good heuristic is that a lot of suited Broadway
Mhm.
to things with the call. We are gonna get four bet too.
Yeah. And against
Hopefully.
the button still has queen, jack suited. The low jack doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Good. All right. Now I will give it back to you.
All right, let's share. Can you see my screen?
I see your screen.
What's next to me? Okay, so it's against button. We have a very good hand. We're on timer. We've got 25 seconds. Got a very good hand. I think checking might be part of our range. We probably bet more with the ace of spades here. Bet. I think we can check a lot.
I think
Mostly check.
it's not mostly check. It's equal. It's just that the bet size is spread out.
I think that's semantics, but we can go on. So, he calls, I think. Check. And we're checking the check line now. Check. And you lose to nuts. Yeah, pretty common. How much should I make? Am I rich?
You got 3 points.
I'll take it. Who's next, guy?
You're right. And there we go. All right. Next up is Mike.
All right,
Mike, you ready?
you ready?
Good luck, sir.
Ooh,
Where's GTG?
hey, it's an interesting one when under the gun gets and we get this flop here. This is gonna check just an absolute ton, and that's what I'm gonna go with. Maybe pure, almost pure.
Yeah, this board is really bad for us. I'm just gonna pull this up real quick. Just
Yeah,
check.
because I noticed that there's some if you do bet, it's got a lot of B75s.
Yeah, this is like low infrequent. And so I'm sorry, high infrequent. So this is the most common of all heuristics we've seen. So when we check frequently on a board texture, if we do bet, we bet big. Notice we're really protecting our checking range here. Aces, kings, and queens. And just real quick before we move on. Look at UTG's another advantage here. You can see the linear equity graph up here. He's got all the sevens, all the eights. We don't have any of those.
He's got 9, 10, right?
Yeah, he's
He's
got
got
9-10.
9, 10.
We don't possess 9-10.
Yeah.
We're just kind of screwed on this texture. This is like this is one of the worst textures for an SRP in position, and this is one of the worst textures for a 3-bet. And we could see it manifested here in the equity, right? We are just a massive equity dog.
Mhm.
So when we bet, we're betting large. But we're mostly checking. I think that Mike is right that a large portion of our range is checking. All right. Thanks, Mike. We'll go through this. So we check. They check back.
Tricky card. I think we just have to check again here. I wonder if we get to start bluffing. Because he's just going to have a lot of calling range. I'm checking and basically just sort of giving up, really.
Oh, you nailed it.
Yeah, and he's gonna check back an ace a ton there too. Yeah, I don't think we get the bluff. Maybe, do we get to? No, his calling range is still all around this thing. Yeah, we just check.
I think we're gonna have bluffing here, but.
Yeah, I don't think oh, it's more prevalent than I thought.
And the bluff size before you make go away
Sure.
is medium. It's just a third, you just bluff, bet a third pot.
Yeah, the block.
Okay. Well played. You got them all right.
Right.
And I think because holding the queen of diamonds gets us to do it more often.
Is anybody else surprised he's not value betting ace queen here? In position on river.
Yeah,
That strikes me as quite nitty. You must have an incredibly well protected checking range here. He mixes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he mixes.
And check our bluffing frequency, small blind. Our hand, king, queen of with a diamond. If we don't have a diamond, we check more often. And when we do have the diamond, we bluff more often.
and the king of diamonds is an almost mandatory bluff, right? Yeah,
Yes.
Yep.
Like along this line. Interesting hand. Alright. Who's next?
up next is skate.
Dr. Die in the house. Are you ready, sir? All that build up.
Skate
and he's
muted
not
still.
ready.
I will hit my ask to unmute, and if I don't get him, then it's, okay, it's me,
Okay,
skate.
there,
Oh, Skate's here.
there you go.
Alright.
My
Skate.
space bar is not working.
Skate, you ready?
There you go. Yep, ready.
Okay, you're against button.
All right, we're through. Yeah, let's go. Wondering if you could size up with the flush draw there. Let's try. I was gonna go 33, but let's try 50.
Yeah, kind of
Like it.
choose your own adventure here.
Including
Okay.
a bet of five, including a tiny bet of 5.
All right.
Wow.
You'd be 50, you get the fold. That's probably good with this combo. Well played.
All right. Up next is Mies.
Good luck, Alpha.
Woof, woof.
I'm sorry, Alpha.
Oh, well. I am going to check and give up. It's all horrible. Yeah. I'm continuing my giving up check line. And now, knowing that I have no showdown, I guess we're going to bluff 37%.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Good pick.
And he folds a hand that who cares if he folded?
What's interesting to me is that I think you learn a lot from what combos solve a result. I don't know how much players are gonna bluff this. I think players are gonna bluff this big position more. Big solver. Big solver is gonna play this more passively than people that miss their playing in position. Anyway, who's next?
Next is Barian.
Darian, would you like to have a go, sir?
Yes, sure.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. Um, I think I would bet either 33 or I think it's a mix of check, bet 33 and 50. I would go 33 this time.
You're right. Yeah, it just wants, so this is what we saw
Oh.
before. So when we looked at the first solver, or the solve of the first quiz, first hand, I guess. Notice we had big bets, but we checked a lot. This was not quite as clear. I mean, the other one was 6, 7, 8. It was very clear. But this one is going to have some of the same properties, which is going to result in a high checking frequency. And I guess we'll probably bet a little bit more. Yeah, we've got a very high checking frequency here. And then again, on this kind of texture, this low, somewhat connected board in a 3-bet pot. Especially against UTG where we're gonna play a little bit more passively. Well, if we do bet, choose the betting line, we're going to bet big often. And again, just to reiterate this, just to kind of bring it home. We don't really have a range advantage. The 3-bet caller has a range advantage. It's not as extreme as last time. But this number, this range advantage is gonna drive what we see here.
Yeah.
It's gonna drive this strat. But you're good. Well, we can go on. Solver
No, we're
ain't
definitely
broke.
going on. We have not broken the solve.
So, we'll take you on to your bet small. He calls you. You get 7 of
Well, I
diamonds. What would you like
guess
to do?
it's a check.
Yeah,
World of Pain and Suffering. I think solver at least sometimes call here. So
yeah, I don't think we get, I mean, your pot odds are important here. So the pot odds are always gonna be expressed here, just so you know. I mean, you're getting a really good price.
yes, yes. If it was, I don't know.
Look at
No,
that. Solver's
Oh.
like, YOLO.
All right. You do not lose a
all
point
in.
for this decision. We are
Well,
so okay with this.
Yeah, agreed. It's population, this is better. This is,
I'm surprised to see all in here.
it's gonna have to do with, suits here. So if you look at suits. You're probably calling more. Let me see if I can. I think you're probably calling more blocking diamonds. If you're blocking diamonds, you call more. Maybe because you're blocking, I think because you're blocking his bluffs. Oh no. So that doesn't sound.
Also,
Well,
you
like I
don't
said.
mind, you don't mind another card coming off as much because it's one less diamond to come off.
I think that's probably it, yes. So you're just going, you're yellowing, unblocking diamonds. And apply that same pattern holds for aces. Yeah. So use YOLO if you're unblocking diamonds. Maybe also it has to do with the fact, Scotty, that unblocking diamonds means that he has to call off. So like if he checks, he bets 12.
I guess draws like Queen Jack of Diamonds have to call off here.
And we
Probably.
shove. What's he do with his front door? Yeah, his front, so if his filter. Flush draw nuts. Flush draw. Yeah, so ace 10 has to call, some of them get to fold,
They,
but 10-9.
wait, no, ace 10 is 10 high. Ace 10 is not, yeah, ace 10 is he has top pair.
Yeah, good point.
So he has some.
Ace queen, so he's got, I guess he calls off, he has to call off with the nut hands. That allow us to, these are all, this is like four, this is a straight. The pair.
No, the 9-8
Straight.
is a
Just calls
straight.
off.
9-8 is a straight also.
Yeah, those are all straights down there.
Yeah, every 9 is a straight.
Sorry, not quite with it yet today. Thank you, guys.
Jack 10 is where you want to look.
Thank
He
you.
bets and fold flush draws.
So,
That's
Okay.
interesting.
All
Right.
right. Who's next? Yeah, so I guess we move on now.
Yeah.
Well, let's just show them who does it. Calls you off. Nice
Mhm.
hand, you win a lot. Who's next?
Next is John.
John, you ready?
Okay,
Alright, John, you against UTG this time.
I'm betting 11.5.
Alright, B50, it's in there. Interesting card. We'll check it now.
I'm still betting 15.2.
Yeah, you might do a lot of checking. Go listen.
I'm on full check.
Yeah, you want to check here because you've got showdown now.
Yeah.
So essentially what you're doing now is you're pretending a bluff and you've got enough showdown to take to river. It wants to check. If you did check and you're here, what do you want to do now? On this line, you did check turn.
Yeah, this kind of changes everything. I'll check.
You check. Okay. Yeah, I think you check. You got showdown. Got lots of presets.
Yeah, you're not gonna try, you're not trying to get any value from pocket jacks now for some reason.
Okay, who's next?
Alright, after John is Dean.
The man Dean is in the house. Dean can chat if you want. Gene, I'm gonna ask you if you are ready. If you are, type it in chat.
He's ready.
All right. Here we go. Dean, you got ace queen versus button.
Small bet. B5, B 8.25. Is great.
You call.
Checks.
We might have a B75 here,
We might skip.
but we might have checks too.
Yep.
B50,
Yep.
B30, like smaller.
Gotta
size.
keep fighting.
But, yeah. Solver, it's not broke. We're gonna continue. Okay, we're check. Yeah, I think take our hand to showdown. Wants to put in a little blocker, but
Yeah.
this is fine. Do you want the hero?
Oh, he calls. Oh,
Best.
Yep.
GG, man.
Hmm.
alright. Larry.
Okay, am I next?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Jeez. We're finding the bluffs today. Rainbow texture. Showdown. I don't know if we get to do this, but I'm gonna try. We do get to do it.
Yep.
Look at that.
Opening up.
All range. This. Betting range on this very flat, horrible, or this, sorry. This rainbow dry texture betting range. And we hope for the best. He calls us, you know we should bet range. The repeat 2 is really good. Uh, oh, close.
What was the, and I didn't see what it
That
said.
was,
green 10.
flopped. There
Yeah.
you go.
And the turn it wants you to, okay, so the turn it wants you to continue betting. And it just has a very specific size.
Yes.
And I was gonna give up.
Yeah, it doesn't want to continue to lie.
I don't know where it's getting that from. You have zero equity. I thought you're supposed to have low equity bluffs, not zero equity bluffs. But
Well, we can look. Wanna look
Yeah.
at the bluffs?
no, it's there. But this is one of them.
I'm curious.
Okay.
Okay, so it's just this, I think the turn is really good. Right? I think repeat two is really good for us out of position. And, so I think we get to continue on such a turn card. Okay, so small blind here. If we were to, we could do this two ways. Let's filter. No made hand, right? And we're bluffing half the time with no made hands, which is all this region.
Mhm.
Look at like a breakdown. Yeah, this is very, we've got this weird in between. Well, cuz these are all, so we're always, if we turn the flush draw, we're betting. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But then down here, where we were, we've also got a pretty healthy. And we're always choosing this bet. It loves the B50 here. Across the entire range. B50 is the only size. And I could see that. I was concerned that B75 might just, the river SPR is just awkward. And so
Yeah.
it likes the B50 here.
Yeah.
Because it sets up a screwy SPR. Alright, okay, who's next?
After Larry is Mike.
All right, bring it.
Okay. Against UTG.
Versus under the gun. Super low flop. We are, oh,
It's been doing this quite a bit. There's a couple of buttons in hand right now. Let's see if I'll do it. I might fail again. Let's see. No. Next hand, let's see, likes this one. Hit a new hand. Alright, here's new hand.
oh, versus button now. Ace, queen, jack, high flop. Rainbow. This feels like we can check or bet big. And I like a big bet here. I'm gonna go B75.
Yeah, you're on the right track. It likes an overbet.
What on points, was there a point scored on the other thing? I stepped away for just a second. On the
On the
one,
last hand?
yeah, did you skip a Mike hand?
No, nothing was skipped.
Okay, so the ace queen was the one that you got. All right.
Yeah.
So this is a point.
You're fine with it, dude. This is,
A lot of overbet too, like just a ton of overbets.
I don't have the overbet in my three bet out of position C bet range. You guys do your studs. And studettes. And anything in between. I just don't find it. It must be, that's what I. Well, this is an awesome flop for us, right? But then sometimes on an awesome flop, we're gonna bet range. And we're betting quite frequently here. But we bet range and then we bet small, but that's not the case here. This rainbow texture, somewhat connected, allows for overbets. And I don't know the heuristic for like why. YouTube, please like, subscribe, and tell us the heuristic as to why this is an overbet texture. But yeah, you get lots of overbets here.
Yeah.
It's a primary size. But I frankly don't know why this is an overbet texture. Anybody have any
Look
thoughts?
at the jams. Holy geez, look at the jams.
Yeah, I'm getting the jams here.
Click on the jams.
That
Wow,
sounds like a really good song, dude. You should write a song. Click on the jams.
my gosh.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, let's just look at it here. Now, oh, look at this. Now, this is kind of interesting, right? Let's see where the shoves are coming from. They're coming not from the top of range. They're coming from this range around 70%, 75%. And it's ace jack, ace jack, ace jack, ace jack, ace jack. Yeah, and then maybe a little bit with queens. But
Yeah,
then
top.
once you get above that, kings.
I know
you can
why.
Talk to us, tell us.
All right. So when we're betting here, when we're betting
Mhm.
for value, we're betting the hands that are almost always the best hand, which is what betting for value means, right?
Yeah.
But this board, along with hitting us, he always has something here. He's littered with king, queen, and ace, queen, and king, jack. That's
Yeah,
him.
that's a good point.
So he has second best hands to call us with. And when he doesn't have that, he has he has gut shot or open-ended that we don't mind pushing, that we don't mind if it folds. And if it doesn't fold, we want it to pay the full amount.
But maybe you could call it a protection shove.
Yeah, so it's that combination of, we have we dominate all across the range. You know, we have the best hand when we are comparable to him all the time.
Yeah, you
But-
can see it here, right? We
Right,
dominate across with the yellow line. We are leading in the entire range.
yeah, 54, you know, we have a 10% equity advantage.
This is another weird thing. And I don't really think about equity realization, but usually equity realization
Yeah,
resides on the in-position player, but look at it this time.
right, because we bet huge.
Yeah, that's interesting. But also, you know what? Yeah, look at the best hands. You have a massive nut event.
Yeah.
And that must be driving it too.
Mhm.
Yeah, interesting hand. All right. So Mike,
And what do you do? Oh, you bet, and let's see what he
you bet
does.
you're good. Back here,
And he has one of the ones that he can never.
and he has eights, which get out.
Okay.
Guys, can we look what kind of hands button calls when he sees all-in on the flop?
What kind of hands does button call when he? Sorry.
So what
Okay.
kind of, what does button defend with when we jam?
Oh, when we
see
jam, okay.
Our jams.
If we shove. What is his calling range? He is, we can look at hand classes here. So he's always calling the over pairs, he's always calling two pairs, always calling sets. His mixture becomes here.
He has to
Second
defend
pair,
almost all tens.
he does, and then when we look at, on this rainbow texture, obviously there's no frontal, flush draw. This rainbow texture is a lot of the reason we get overbets though, but we all know that.
Yeah.
So that's driving it, but notice some backdoor stuff calls, it's also fair, so that's not.
Would
totally
you say
relevant.
in real life though, people aren't jamming the small blind with a lot of that no made hand stuff? Like
Nope.
if you go back to small blind and see what we're jamming with when we don't have those value hands.
I haven't seen on my limits jam from the small blind
Yeah.
in that
Larry, go
situation.
back to small blind and look at our hands that we jam that aren't top pair or better.
Um,
An ace, queen, and ace, king, and king, queen. They're all-
queen,
they're all
open
the
ender,
same.
ace, king. So let's do it this, let's go filter. No made hands, we don't. We've got king high's in there. And ace high. And then we're gonna have maybe some OESD. Which is what this is.
Yeah.
King queen is an OESD. So there you go.
The thing is, I think the field wouldn't be able to react correctly to that all-in. I don't think anyone would call hands like queen 10 or king 10 or 10-9 if
Yeah.
they see all-in on the flop. So it makes our all-in with king queen hand even better for us,
Yeah.
or ace king for that matter.
Yeah, I can see
They
that.
also aren't gonna call, they aren't calling very much with that ace, queen there.
Yeah. So it feels like if we just start to moving in with all ace king and king queen there, we're gonna kind of start exploit them
Mm-hmm.
So I think you probably have a good point.
because of our fault.
I will say that last night this guy opened to 6 big blinds from UTG. Mac thing. I had ace king suited in the big blind. I 4-bet him to 25 big blinds. I 3-bet him rather 25 big blinds. Did not hit. SPR I thought allowed me to shove. Right at back door, I shoved. And he called me with ace 10, which was a total miss on the board. With no backdoor action. But I think generally you're right. You have a good point. Okay, should we move on?
Mhm. Yep, it is skate.
Skate, are you ready, sir?
Yep, I am here.
Okay. Interesting spot, Skate.
Yep. Okay. I kind of I don't want to get check raised. Let's realize with a check, yeah, button has the nuts. Yeah, check.
Okay, I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
ask you a question.
What, we're the pre-flop raiser, right? So we,
We're the 3-better.
a 3-better. So that means that we usually continue. But,
Okay, so you can checking this, you want to check?
well, at the same time, I'm just, I'm just thinking, button should realize that we don't have very much here on this flop. So, with all of our other non-mid hands, ace X, king X, they could, yeah, they might be able to bluff us off, so to speak, on the flop.
Hey, can I throw an idea at you?
Yep.
Would you ever consider this a good check raising?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, so. You got it back in here. Alright, so good choice to check.
And the bet size when it bets was, we jumped off it. All right.
I can show you in a second. He's bet small.
You gave me a good idea, so let's go with it. Let's go. Mm, 31. Let's get spicy. 0.
But you're right there. You're right on check raising. I mean, you don't do it a lot, but we definitely it's in our strategy.
Yeah, I guess we're not deep enough. We're 100 big blinds deep. So
Yeah, and also, I mean, if you're not used to check raising, frankly, you just need to practice sizing. It's not hard. It's not easy to understand what sizing the solver was to use unless you've done it. Getting used to sizing is a lot about just practice. And that's what we want, right? This is the beauty of check raise. The beauty of check raise, we folded them off a different hand. What flop you wanted to look at flop, Scotty?
Yeah, I just wanted to look at, so lots of calling, but when we bet, the bet size is small. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, because I had a B50 on this and that was wrong. Okay,
Okay, who's next?
all right, and and skate, you're getting a half a point for the check raise, even though it didn't like your size.
really, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
So, and because everything is arbitrary.
Yep.
Alright, who's next?
Next is me.
Alpha.
I am ready. I would like to continue betting on this, please. It is an ace 10 board. So I can bet big. It's got a flush draw on it, so I can't bet huge. So I'm gonna go with the 50 and the 75. I'm gonna go with the 50. Click the button. Okay. There we go. It's fine. Does the small most of the time. Good. All right. I am going to size up now. And I'm going to size up to 75. That's gonna give me a nice river shove. Yep, 75. There we go. And I am still probably shoving the river anyway. Don't like the 10, but I'm gonna shove it and get called by worst king. Yep, there we go. And he folds his flush draw. Good, glad I
Got
went.
max
75.
value. Max
Yep.
value from the flush draw.
Yeah, I got a couple more dollars than the solver.
All right, who's next?
I had 1 point from before and I got a point. Yeah, you got a point on the flop, but you only lost a half a point instead of a full point on the turn. That's what happened, Skate.
Okay.
Is that you would have, that the solver had you losing a full point because it hated your size for the check raise. But I only deducted a half a point because the check raise was right and the size was wrong. That's how I did it.
Okay.
So those are the arbitrary rules today. All right, up next is Barian.
Let's go.
All right, good luck, Marion.
That's easy. I would choose between I think 33 or 20%. Let's bet 20 this time. No.
Yep.
Huh.
More greed, more greed.
Notice
More
it's,
greedy.
notice it's betting range here. This beard is just so good. It just wants to
Loves it
protect
so much.
everything. But I would go this size sometimes. You gotta call. Double flush draw.
On double flush draw, I think I would. Well, we have heart. I think I would bet 75. But I guess sometime he's often checks here.
Ah,
Yeah,
look at that.
60%.
Tricky, tricky check. I'm gonna put you on a B33 because that'll keep us in the game.
It doesn't. Well, yeah. So ranges would be okay.
And yeah,
You got
gets
nothing.
out of that.
All right.
All right, who's next?
All right, so so that was a -1 and a +1? Or was that -1? Was the,
I
what was
think
the,
it's -1.
all right, good enough. Okay. John is next.
Yes,
John, are you ready?
yes, sir. I'm going to bet 8.25.
Like it.
That's quite a turn. What you can do? What you do with the nuts, sir?
Shoot.
Flying spot
You know
10.
what? You know what? The thing is that there's no. I honestly, I'm going to check here. I don't see if I raise. I think if I raise and I run him off, I'm losing money.
Check, I think, is definitely gonna be in the strategy. Yeah, and wants to bet lower check.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Okay, check that.
Got to bet. I'll probably bet 14.5.
More greed, more greed.
Not
Oh.
look at that.
Wrong.
No, that's great.
You can't be greedy. I'm right.
I will say against humans, I would. With humans, when you check, when it goes check, even though he's capped, I would bet bigger here. What do you guys think? You think this is this a size you'd use in game, folks, or would you go bigger?
Does he, if you bet small, does he raise a flush? If he raises his flushes, bet small.
Okay. that
Can
makes
we
sense.
can we go back just one step to see what was it on the what the pot size was on the turn?
Sure. let's just finish it and then we'll look at the solid.
Alright,
You've got, this is what we want, but not a lot of things are gonna do this. What would you, I don't think we need to ask you.
Fold.
Oh, what a dream turn you got.
yeah.
It's like the dream turn. Okay. So. What's the power of the set? So, John, what would you like to look at?
No, I just wanted to see what the pot size was on the turn. Because I don't think that bet size was unreasonable.
It wasn't, I don't think. We liked it. On the turn, right?
Yeah.
On the turn, yeah.
It
Pot
wants,
is
I mean, when you
41.
got the nuts, it likes to bet small. Second nut, likes to bet
It's
small.
also got, it's got a bunch of, wait a minute, doesn't it? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong hand. Right, okay, queens, yeah. He wants to check and bet small.
Yeah, I mean, it's like. So you'll see this, like, if you look at breakdown. So. Have you been in before we talked about how this, what's called the city graph, how the city graph works? Have we talked to you about this, John, before?
And
Johnny-
because on the turn, the pot size was 41.5, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pot size
Okay.
was on turn here, the pot size is here, 41.5.
Yeah, so what did I say? I said I bet, what, 30, 31?
30, yeah, you bet.
I
Whatever.
thought you checked.
Yeah, check, oh, that's right, he checked. Checking is fine.
Yeah.
Checking is fine. The combo.
Oh, yeah, that's correct, right. Yeah,
I just
okay.
wanted to show you guys that at the very top of range, we're gonna have some trapping, just the jacks and queens. Very chat queen 10. Our full houses, we can look at them as a class, player class. Or a hand class rather. These are our full houses. We're doing a lot of trap checking with our full. You know, me against, I think that's probably
We-
pretty fair to
take
kind
a-
of maintain.
Do we trap the quads also? Or the quads just go
Good question.
the nuttiest of all nut nests?
I think pods do have this unique unblocking effect.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would imagine you play it like the same way.
Well, let's look to all streets for quads. Do it a flop quads. Quads is, they prefer the smaller size here,
yep.
but this is really the big question. Yeah, they're in the
They,
trap.
yeah, they just bet away. There's no checking the quads.
And then, yeah, we never get. Okay, no, because like, okay, so. Like here. We've got 20.
Okay.
The question we have is we bet 20 here. Taking out quads here, guys. Bet 20 with calls. Here. Yeah, that's on river. It's also using a small cup. It's not shoving on the, oh, that's turn. Sorry. Flop turn. We bet 20 again. Calls.
Desperately trying to get raised.
Yeah. 7 of diamonds. We've got a shove, right? Shove.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, who's next?
All right, next is Dean. Type away, Dean.
All right, Dean, can you acknowledge that you're ready to do this quiz in chat?
Dean is live.
Okay. Here we go. Dean, you're against UTG. What would you like to do here?
Bet 7.6. I'm on Team Dean. Yes.
Yeah.
And no checking.
Got the fold, better hand, life is good.
Wow.
Well
Oh, of
played.
course, no, actually, wow, that's a fast fold. That's not even, he doesn't even take one off.
Let's see if he rolled for it. We beat 33, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he rolled for it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Who's next?
After Dean is Larry.
All right. Take a deep breath, prepare for the battle that is about to ensue. Good luck, me. Okay, so. Button with this combo, check's gonna be in the. Check's gonna be in stack. Get the bet more in the spade. On the spade.
Bet range small.
And small.
No, no, bet big. Bet 50%.
My initial thought was bet big. But. I thought maybe we need a spade.
But you still get a point.
Okay, that's a very interesting thing. So now we got a value here. Right. Yeah, we need to bet. Good stuff, too, too. I think on this texture, it's good. I want to be 53. Ah, wrong. Boo. Boo. I'm surprised it's a check. I didn't look into activity yet. Okay, now we've got a value. Who's capped AF? Finally tried anyway. Yeah. Fail.
Does he even call you?
He
No, he
just
kills
calls
you.
with the set.
He
Oh,
doesn't raise you with a set.
with the straight on board. That is very interesting.
Wow.
I guess what it comes down to, he doesn't. I don't have any hands that can call a range. Like I have to fold, I fold probably everything but straight squares. Alright, so. Check was fine here with this combo. I'm surprised we checked here. I'm curious where equity is. And I'm curious what we do with all of our filter. Top pair. We gotta have certain seats, which I didn't have. You want, I guess we have to have a spade to buy.
The size on the turn, the preferred size on the turn was small, right?
Yes, we can bet this. We just have to use a B20 on the turn. We have to use a B20
On the turn.
top pair. B20 is our primary bet size, but it must
Not
be
even
checked.
be 33. Wow.
Uh, can you look what does solver do when he faces the raise after B20?
So
And
on turn, if we B20, the primary imposition raise is the 24. Right. So we're gonna use that. What do we defend and what do we do? So we're gonna have lots of stuff done. So, let's look at thresholds, right? So now this is where neat breakdown is really helpful. We'll look at shoves in a second, but our threshold to call is king and queen, which is to me looks like a gutter and second gutter. And then we're really indifferent with all these shitty ones. Like a king queen with the gutter. I mean, obviously, being able to improve is important. So
I guess king queen without a spade.
yeah, it's without the spade. We might have been better. Yeah. we did. So our pure shove is ace queen, top two, which doesn't have a lot. It has 65% equity. Then we're defending that shove with the nuts, I would assume. Yeah, with the straight. You shove the straight a little bit, but not too much. We really slow play the straight, but we've got to protect our shoving range. So into that shoving range, we've got to put some nuts. So that we can have this. Which is a king nine, which is a gutter and a flush draw. So, does that answer your question?
Yes?
Okay, anything else you want to see here?
No, no.
Okay, cool. Who's next?
After Larry is Mike.
Let's go.
Good luck, Mike.
Okay. We know we would use some big bets when we bet, and we check a lot. This could be check pure, maybe.
Well, I'm curious about the super dry checks, see what happens. I'm not sure. Yeah, I definitely get checks.
Still bet,
Right.
still betting nines though.
I think this has to do with the texture, right?
Yeah.
Like you can, just as a reminder to you guys, you can always see betting, global betting numbers, frequencies here. Yeah, this is, and then get the big bet here. Super dry texture.
And it's pretty like this is kind of bet big and bet frequently.
Yeah, we are. We're betting more than I thought we'd bet. But it's just super dry. This is as dry as it gets. Really like 7 2 or something, but
3, 4,
um
5, 3 are the only straights and he doesn't have them. No one can have those.
Yeah.
5, 4. Yeah, 5, 4 he can have.
I'm wondering when we check, if we get to check raise nines,
Oh.
I don't think it's
let's take another street and call.
Yeah, I don't think there's any check raise
Let's
here.
pad the score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
there's a
There's
little
there's a
bit.
little
I mean,
sneaking,
I
little
don't think so.
sneaking of raising in there.
but it's yeah. We have 10. What would you do now?
Well, we need to check. This does not change any kind of equity. Shifting card. And we block a lot of his value that he could be doing this. Does he have Jack 9? Probably not. Jack 10 9, yes. But we're just gonna fold.
You're indifferent AF, so
But you have rocketed to first place.
that's what really.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like in this no man's land down here. Like these. What do we do?
S-
These are really,
Those are hard hands.
yeah, tough spot to be. Always hard. Okay, who's next?
Medium pairs out of position.
Yeah.
Gate.
Skate. Are you with us?
Yep.
Skate is with us.
I'm like last place. I'm still here. Yep. Ooh,
Skate runs like God in training.
it's about time.
You flopped the
check.
nuts, sir.
Check. No, no. Don't check. Go. Either B20, 33. Yes.
Never.
like-
I'm surprised.
Both are
Well,
good.
look what we're doing with our entire range. We're always betting small here. Or either B33 or B20. That's an important lesson in that pot, right? Probably the ace is important here. I'm just gonna look at this real quick. Pardon my nerdy deep dive real quick. I feel like the ace is important because it blocks his most obvious straight draw, flush draw, and flushes. But we change this to. We still get the bet pure here. That's pretty much the bet. Okay, so E33.
That queen of spades is bad now.
Yeah.
You can't be drawing to a queen. All right.
Okay,
All right. After
Um,
skate is me. All right. I have ace 9 on this board. I'm going to bet big on this board. So that's going to be 50. I'm betting 50. Nope.
you're in the right.
I'm
All right,
right,
that's a-
but I'm not big enough. All right.
You didn't break it.
I didn't break it, but. All right, now I am going to continue my betting. After betting 50, I'm going to, let's see, 37 is too bad. I'm just, pots 50 there. I can just bet another 50. Or I can go all in. Let me think. Am I going all in? 75? I'm going all in. Wrong.
That was
So
right.
wrong. It is the 25.
I was gonna say do 75, but
Yeah.
we'll use that. Okay, well, what?
Right. Now I'm going all in.
Look at that.
Wow.
Check.
All right. I have lost 3 points on this.
Audio too bad.
Oh, fine.
Do we ever employ the beast? I think I've got, I thought it used to be 75 like that. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe the SPR just doesn't allow for that. So it, the turn here. Does a little bit, but unless they like to be 50, I think. We're gonna take away heuristic from today on sizing and our continuing aggression. On turn, looks like it largely uses a B50.
So let's look at this one though. Let's play this one through with the preferred sizes.
Okay, so. Uh,
On flop, I need to, on flop, I have to go B75. That was my weirdness.
well, that's not it, but you know, but for
So,
starting,
yeah, but then that's what got me in the weird, that's what also got me in the weird, crazy line.
I'm just kidding. So B75 he calls.
Yep.
King of diamonds. Now it may not use, yeah, now it's got shows for the use the bigger side. The
Now
predominant size though is B50, you want to just use that?
Yep. Yeah, so after a 75, I go down to 50. And what does he do with his queen, with his king 10? So in this case, he's gonna call. That's because that's what he did. And so he's still got calls. And now do I do an actual river check on the 9? Or on the 8?
Okay, let's look at the flush. Now, when we've gotten this SPR, we don't track.
Thank you.
So what's our SPR now? It's ridiculous. It's like don't put through. Okay,
Like 0.5.
is it 125, 38? Okay. All right. Who's next?
After me is Berrien.
All right.
Darian, are you ready, sir?
Yes. Um, I guess it's a lot of betting, and I guess it's going to bet fairly big, 33 or even 50 sometimes.
Yeah, so I don't know what
Let's-
happens here.
Let's
But
go. Let's go. I don't know, 50.
say it again, please.
Let's go 50. No,
Yeah, these boards are weird. I mean, so this
even
is like,
bigger, even bigger.
Or even bigger. I thought paired board would be small.
No, some paired birds he like paired bird. I'm sorry about my accent. Some paired birds he like to bet really big,
Yeah.
small ones, but he does a lot of checking and a little bit of 75.
so this time, well, we're not breaking anything, so we're gonna figure with this side. He called you.
At this point, I think I would check.
WP. All right.
And I think I would. I don't see point in. Check, I guess.
I think
check.
you're gonna bluffs. No, I'm
This
wrong.
hand's too good to bluff.
But look at the ace king.
I know. Or the screw.
Probably ace king, it's not a bluff. Probably it's a value bet, to be honest. I guess the opponent should call some of his ace highs.
Maybe. Get some for value. I don't know where the fall. Well, let's look and see where this falls. This falls here. So it does fall kind of in that middle, yeah, in middle, like this check. Like you've got showdown value. And yeah, you guys are right. It's too good. It's too good to bet. You got that showdown.
Hey, Larry.
Yeah.
You have reports on button big blind, right?
No second. I got the poor man's version, no reports. Oh, wait.
I
I
thought
do
button
have
big
reports,
blind.
don't I? I do have some reports. Do I have button versus big blind?
I think so.
You look at it?
Yeah, are you able to pull it up and look at
I
paired flop?
forgot you have some reports, not all of them. Button raise. Versus big blind?
What are we playing?
Small
Oh,
blind.
yeah, you're not gonna have this report. Yeah, never mind.
Okay. All right, you still got Varian and Varian has one more street to play.
Oh, he does?
No, we
Jack.
played till
No, he
the
checked, but he
showdown.
didn't. We checked, but did he respond? I didn't see. Did he just check behind?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he checked behind, but I could be wrong.
Now let's go. We check. No, we didn't hit it. We got to see what he does.
And he
He checks
checked.
behind. And he checks behind with. You crushed him.
Let's check.
All
We
right.
do have the reports. What do we want to look at?
Paired boards.
Okay. I forgot we have a select number of reports. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, filters. Pair.
And I'm curious, so yeah, so it looks, I was curious to see the smaller the board, the bigger our bet sizing starts to get. With, that's what I was curious about.
Yeah.
And I thought the sevens, like the 7 highs was still high enough to keep it like smaller, but no, it's all the way up into the 9s, 10s.
And this
Yeah.
is, are these on paired boards or are these just boards?
This is, we're filtered for pair board.
Okay. Right. So the smaller the pair, the big, when we bet, we can get bigger, bigger, bigger. Okay.
Now I've sorted by.
I read that wrong.
See if I can do this. Sometimes it looks like. Sometimes see that little arrow there, guys?
Yeah.
Flip it. Sometimes it's. Fuck you. So, but we can go down here a little. So these are the boards we're big betting the most often on all flops. I'm sorry.
Right.
With all combos. So like these low pair boards, all of them miss. But then there's a 7-7 board, which we have, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
There they are. And, so these low paired boards is where we got them.
So it does kind of seem like there's like this sort of cutoff around that where your mouse is right now. Is that 9s?
Not, this is not.
Yeah, you're like 9s and 10s. Okay. Where the bigger bets start going away a little bit. Like if you go to the left a little bit further, the B75 start to get less common.
Yeah, king high boards, jack, bad boards. Then these boards get interesting, right? So these are aces.
Yeah, and those are
ace pair
bet
and a
range
pair.
type boards.
Right.
Yeah.
Then we get to the very top, which is,
Highest check boards. But when we do bet, we bet big.
and it's only bet big. And these are on the small pair, but coordinated.
Yes. And then there are some boards we never bet big.
Yeah.
It's two-tone, ace, low. Okay. Yeah. These boards positions are really good for
Yeah.
us.
Thanks.
No worry.
All right, after Barian is John.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna look at something real quick here, guys. So notice paired board, always betting small. Yeah, see how we're dominating equity on this kind of board? That's why that's why I'm betting small. Okay. Okay, back to the trainer. Are you ready?
Yes,
Okay. Quite a nice spot. That was what.
I'm betting, let's, I'm betting 12.5.
Likes to trap a lot.
Oi.
Likes to check with its entire range. I did not expect that. Did anybody else expect that? I did not expect that.
No,
Yeah, look
No.
at the difference
No.
in EV though. There's like no difference hardly.
yeah, you
Yeah,
just
good
can't
point.
play this one wrong,
Yeah, we can just continue. We're gonna continue with your line.
but you can lose a point. Out
All
of
right.
arbitrary.
You got a pretty good card. What would you do next?
I'll bet, I think you just said we want to bet small on paired boards, correct? So, bet, 16.5.
I think you're right. Let's check that. Interesting. It doesn't, it's not doing that. It's mixing. It's a very polarized scrap on this spectrum. Which you can see here. Very polarized scrap. Okay, okay, nothing's broken. Ball. We'll take you now.
I'll tell you, I still think betting is the right line, so 29.5.
Kind of shoves. Yes, the problem with betting here is you might not be able to fold it. But
Wow.
I just think it's just- Probably should go. Nice hand.
Alright, so this is what it's gonna give you in points. But you have a moral victory.
Okay, as long as it's a moral victory, I can live with that.
All right, who's next?
Alright, next is Dean.
All right, Dean C. Acknowledge your greatness in chat.
He said yes.
Okay. All right, good luck, Dean. Very interesting texture against UTG here.
Checking, oh, that was Mike saying it. Dean says, Dean's going for a big bet,
Okay.
D
You know
75.
what I'm curious about? You guys think we get to put this in our check raise range?
I think this is a check. I think we're checking this. I think we're checking range on this board.
No, we're gonna get, I think we can get big bets.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's big
we
bet
do.
check.
We do a lot of checking though. Okay. Big bet is good. And big bet is the right size when chosen.
Okay, he
No,
calls you. What do we do? Checking.
Yep, I like the check. Oh, no.
No, I don't think he answered. Did he
Oh.
answer?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, no, he didn't.
Oh, Dean. Dean, you get a free, Dean gets a free, gets a free shot, Dean.
Dean, I'm
What do you
sorry.
want to do?
I got confused, which is often the
Yeah,
case.
I'll stay out of chat when it's
No,
Dean.
you're all right, Mike.
Yeah.
It's no worries. I like to chat like that too. It keeps me, keeps me occupied. No worries. Dean, you have unlimited time to decide your choice. This is your hand, your choice. B50. And we fold out jacks. No.
Oh, we just fold out something with equity.
Um, I wanted to check raise. I don't know if that's a thing. You might be addicted to check raising.
On the turn?
On the flop.
Flop.
Okay, I wasn't, I wanted to make sure that that wasn't talking about the turn.
I might have a check raising problem. I'm gonna snooze. But, let's see. Check. That's the most common size. Who's back? Right, that's small. Where is our check raising range here?
Come on, tens.
Nope. Rivers. Just not good enough. Queens though. So queens are our only hand, our best hand, which we don't pure bet. If you go back to when I'm on flop, undergun. I'm in the wrong, yeah, okay, sorry, I'm in the wrong place. Alright. What am I doing wrong? I wanted
Small
to check here.
checks. Under the gun bets. 7.6.
3?
Yeah, now this is what you want. This is your node.
Yeah.
There we go. That looks a lot better.
So we do get it. How linear it is in the pairs. Over there. Super linear. Yeah, and then aces don't need any protection, so we bet small when we do it. We do get it, it's just not super common. Okay, that's what I want us to. All right, who's next?
And the sizes were the 3 and the 4, the 3x and the 4x?
Yes.
Okay. All right, after Dean is Larry.
Okay. Um. Oh,
Is this last round or more? That's probably our last round, but yeah, this is our last round, then we'll do more cans.
okay. All right, that's small, fine. I want to check raise, but. Trying to look for the pitching he called. Okay, it's a very interesting spot. He does have some traps. It's a value hand. It's a value hand. I kind of want to get value from him. It's a spades, king of spades, king of spades. I think I get to go big.
How big?
Oh yeah, I'll get to go big.
No,
Easy check. And it's a moral victory, but not a point.
all right. Mike,
I'm ready.
with your massive 8 points.
Is Mike our point leader?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yeah, Mike's got 8. Closest is. Barry, and closest to Mike is no one.
Mike, you are pretty good at these, I've noticed. right. Here, and now that we put all the pressure on you, here we go.
I'm closest to Mike with 3.
Under the gun. I almost feel like we are gonna check, or do we bet big with a 4? I think the safe route is to check. Check.
Yeah,
We
do
do
big
get some
bets,
big
though.
bets with a 4.
Kind of a, there's strategic tension. He calls, we went check, right? Yeah.
Okay. Do we just continue, or do we gotta? I think we almost gotta start. Well, I guess we're still beating hands. So let's check. Because we didn't bet, we don't have to like start turning it into a bluff. I think it's small enough we get to call.
Just
You're
barely.
indifferent.
Mixing
You get
in a
to
lot
call.
of folds. Oh boy,
That's when he called.
I don't know if this is good or bad. We're checking. Oh
Look at
God,
that.
Yes.
we got a
Spot
block.
for a block.
Right.
Finally.
Of course we got a block. Why didn't I even think of that? Stupid.
No, not at all. Blockers are unnatural. I mean, it's breaking the flow of the game, right? Breaking flow, I think, is what's in the dog, which clearly the solver does. But let's see what we have. So this is alignment. I don't think it's natural to find these blocks.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on, but after his check, we didn't get to see what he did, what the response was.
Well, it was not an option,
Yeah, but, all right.
right?
whatever.
It
So
wasn't.
it
It wasn't
cost
an
you a
option.
point to not have the opportunity.
It wasn't. It wasn't a choice. It broke solver.
Yeah. Okay.
So okay. Cool.
Yeah, shoot, that didn't even enter my mind to be 10.
Yeah. All right, skate.
Skate, you next.
Yep.
You need 7.5 points to catch up to Mike. Good luck.
Give me an easy one like Mike. No. Okay. So
Battle for second place.
alrighty then. All right, we are the aggressor in the hand. We don't have a spade. Let's check. Come on, say check.
Should be a
Bet range, bet
bet
range.
range word.
That range, of course. What's wrong with me?
It's a bet range big.
33. I was gonna go. If I would have bet, I probably would have went with like 33.
Well, this is not break solver, so we're gonna continue.
So no point, huh? All right. They bet. We call.
Hmm, okay,
Oh. Yep.
mixing.
Mhm.
Hmm.
That's a good card, maybe.
Yep. Now we check as we did before. But no, we bet.
That,
I mean,
not break solver, but the card just reduces his king X to 1. So that is, I think, why we get, okay, now you've got a full house.
I think we're not gonna get better. Well, actually, yeah, we can't. So let's bet 25 or maybe even 30, 20, 25. Hello.
Yeah, bet.
Yeah, less.
Yep, but that's fine. That's a point.
Haha, we counterfeited the.
Oh,
Well played.
flopped it. He flopped the full house.
He needed runner, I think, didn't we? Yeah.
I was on mute, so I won money.
All right, who's
Oh.
next? What's next? Who's next?
Knife.
Up after skate is me.
Good luck, Alpha.
All right, I'm going to bet this sometimes and check raise it, and because I need the points, I'm checking for the check raise. Ah, I needed that. I needed him to bet. I can never catch up now. All right. Now at this point, I'm going to not continue to check. I'm going to bet, and I'm going to bet I want to bet a catch-up amount against his other aces, get called by aces. I want to bet bigger. I want to bet 75. Not big enough. The idea was there. I'm just never betting big enough when I do this. Called though. That's good. Oh, I hate that. All right, check call. I can block also. I'm gonna go for check call though. Ah, fine. All right. So the last one was right with a check. So. All right, there we go. And we're on Berrien.
Variant.
Right, let's go. I think I would check here. Hmm. It's a painful decision. Oh my god. Most of the time fold and maybe sometime calls, so fold, I guess. Fold.
He said fold.
Sorry. Fold.
It's okay.
Yeah, you got it right.
I was wondering if we get check raises. That's way too insane.
Uh,
We must
I
get check
think we
raises on this
have
texture when you
better
bet small. Let's see what
hands
they are.
for bluff check raise. I don't know.
I
All right.
was wanting to, so this open ender, obvious, right? I mean gutter and backdoor rather. Let's see, let's look at breakdown. A lot of stuff in this range, like Like we got traps here with like top set. Aces and kings are trapping. Kings mix, but then we get down to jacks, which are like, jacks need some protection a little bit, so they are check raising. But then queen nine, check raises, but then what are our bluffs? Queen jack, which is two back doors and two over.
No, no, direct equity. Gutter. 8, 9, 10, jack, queen.
Okay, fine. Gutter, backdoor flush, and two overs. Is that accurate?
It's a lot of stuff.
And then we're using a big size two. And then like ace threes mixing. I think we can call that two back doors. Ace three, two back doors. And this weird one, we'll leave it. No, no flush draw gutter. No. Okay, cool.
I think I saw some king jack in check raise there.
Yeah, so did I. You
Yeah,
had king jack.
some of the time
off.
it's check raises.
Which one did you-
That is
Not
me.
even some of the time, a lot of the time.
Small blind. Bet, yeah, so. Back doors.
Yeah. King jack
I
king,
felt
yes,
like there
it's
was a
king
check
jack
raise,
suited.
like I felt it being
King
there,
jack
but,
it's pure fold.
but we just needed to have the backdoor flush too.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, it's fun to find these and, it's probably. They're interesting to try to implement game because, okay, great, we've looked at flop strat, but I haven't extracted too complex, but we definitely want to have them in there. What's our status, Scotty?
All right, John, we got 2 more players left. John and Dean, we are fighting for second place. Then no one is going to catch up to Mike with his ridiculous 100 points. But
Super
I've
Mike.
got 4. John, you've got 2, and Dean, you've got 3. So either one of you can surpass me. Go for it.
Okay, so here we
Okay.
go.
If you both do it, you can knock me completely off the podium.
Next,
It's not easy. Good.
who's taking this? Sorry,
I'm sorry. This is John.
John, are you with us?
Yes, I am. I'm going to check.
So this board is so good for us that we just got a rainbow,
Just-
right? Rainbow texture. It is somewhat connected, but we just love this board. We just love it. We love this texture. How can we see that manifested? We can see it manifested real quick, guys. We can see that manifested in range versus range.
It's weird that we don't have any checks because out of position like this.
Yeah, it is weird. But then look at this. We just have reached some kind of solver threshold of like range betting. Cause we just have a massive equity advantage and we have a massive, nut advantage.
And
Right.
every one of our hands is, that's not true. I was going to say every one of our hands is either a draw, or a made hand here, but that's not true. We have some tail stuff that misses this entirely.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you B33, so we can continue. If we do use B33. He calls, what would you like to do?
Oh, okay. I guess we'll still bet here because I think we still have to keep betting.
So what size would you like?
Let's go. Let's bet small. 12.6.
It's there. And did Mike lose a point on that? Hold on.
It
All
wasn't-
All right, Mike's down to 9.
I gotta stop playing.
Yay. You're still gonna win. No one's gonna catch up to you there.
Okay.
Okay, so you bet small. Would you like to bluff? Or would you like to check?
I just got to check. I just have to check.
Well played. It's gonna show 7.
Oh, he's got top pair.
Which he doesn't value. Okay, last person.
So the last person is Dean, and was that -1, -1, +1? I think
I
that
don't
was,
know.
I think that's what that was. Missed
Okay.
the- Yeah, because you got, oh, Nick, did you get the turn right?
I got the turn right and I got the
Okay,
river
there we
right.
go. Okay, so then, and the river right, turn and river, so you're a 3-star, all right. There we go.
Okay. Dean, go. Dean, I'm sorry about your flop. I take personal responsibility for the failure of the flop. Your flop's a flop. What would you like to do with your flop?
Dean, is Dean here?
Yep.
Dean was
Yeah,
here.
Dean's here,
yeah.
yes, Dean's here. What are you doing on your flop, Dean? Mike, type something. Maybe you'll lose a point. Click purple. Is Dean's going big?
Dean finds it.
Finds it. Nice.
Dean runs into it.
Yeah, but at least he's gonna play the river right. And that does it. That puts Dean in second.
He said, fuck.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, what did we run into? We
just
ran a
ace.
top pair, top 50.
All right. Okay, so the final scores are Mike in first place with 9 points after being LP'd. Dean in second place with 5, and I squeak into the podium with 4. All
All
right.
right, guys. Thank you for coming to this
Okay.
this episode of trainer action with the poker coaching student study session.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna stop the recording.